Good morning, everybody. It's that time of day again, 10 o'clock. It's a Thursday morning and the 16th of April, just in case people have forgotten what day and what date it is. I'm calling this Therapeutic Thursday. Now, therapeutic, I'm thinking of today is starting off and trying to maybe start with something funny. So, I don't know if you know, but if I take this clip out, my hair was annoying me. It's coming down. Now, some of you might know and some of you might not know, but a few years ago, I was trying to grow out my fringe and it got to about this stage. It was really annoying me. So fortunately, I do have hairdressing scissors. Now, I'm not going to do it today, but I decided that I would cut my fringe. And of course, I took the hair and just went like that. So it was during all the hectic time and the stressful time of Brexit. So I called it my Frexit moment. Now, at that moment in time, I also decided that I would want to go back to my redhead. I was a redhead. In my mind, I'm still a redhead. And I remember, I think I was sharing with someone the other day that I was not just red. I was called Carrot Top. So it was really an orangey red. And at the time it was frizzy, believe it or not. It was really seemed to be very curly. And I kind of hated it. Now, a lot of gingers, a lot of redheads will maybe hate their hair when they're younger. I wish I had it now. So at that time of the Frexit moment, I decided that why not dye my hair red? It just didn't work. I heard later from a hairdresser friend that in fact when if you're a redhead, there's a certain pigment in your hair and it becomes quite difficult to dye it. Anyway, so I've just let it grow out. I'm now a beautiful blonde. Well, I think sometimes I look a bit grey, but anyway, following my affirmations, I'm saying I'm a beautiful blonde. So I'm not going to use the scissors. The scissors are being put away. And if it annoys me, I'm just going to put a clip in my hair and put it back, take this bit back. The other thing I thought this morning was I'm going to talk about eating healthily, etc. So guess what I had for my breakfast? Maybe I shouldn't be advertising this, but I had one of these. And I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to look after myself today. Why not? There's nobody here to stop me and say, oh, you should be having chocolates for your breakfast. And who says? As long as you don't sort of binge on it. And I could easily get down the road of binging on chocolate. I love chocolate, so I've got to be careful. Don't know if you're one of these people, but if I buy a packet of biscuits or something, particularly maybe Jaffa cakes, chocolate biscuits, I can't open the pack and take one. I've got to finish the pack. Now, I used to have a wee dog, and I know chocolates are bad for them, but I would take a wee nibble and give some to the dog. And thanks very much, Jamila. Thank you. This is cheering me up. Jamila's just putting forward an affirmation for me. And you are too, Jamila. You are beautiful. Everybody is beautiful inside and out. Difficult sometimes to see. Anyway, I used to give a wee nibble of my biscuit to the dog. My dog was Fudge. It was a beagle. And I would say to myself, well, I haven't eaten the whole biscuit. I mean, how crazy is that? Anyway, my poor wee doggy did get a wee bit fat, but she actually had a tumour as well. So people would think she's fatter and it was actually the tumour. So sadly, I lost her. And so I haven't got another pet, but I'm doing so many things now. It's not fair. A pet is for life and they can be trying. So you need to know if you've got a pet, particularly a dog, that they do need out. And just now I think there are some people, dog walkers, feel for them because they're maybe not managing to keep their own business up, and wee doggies are missing out on longer walks. But if you can go round the streets with them or just into the garden, always remember to pick up the poo, as they say. So following on from yesterday's we were talking about stress. I think at these times we can get very stressed, and it's okay because we do have a fight or flight response, and that's allows the hormones to kick in to allow you to either fight it or flight. And if you allow stress to get too much, of course, it impacts on your mental and physical health. So you can have headaches, you can have migraines, you can feel overwhelmed, you maybe don't sleep well, lots of things. You start eating too much or eating too little, drinking too much, or that's okay if it's water, but not, of course, wine really. And you can get high blood pressure, lots of other things. So you really need to do things that will prevent or help you getting overstressed. So today, Therapeutic Thursday is all about self-care. It helps reduce and prevent anxiety and stress. If you look after yourself, it helps you be resilient and stay strong, particularly when there's a crisis. Now, maybe in these talks you think, oh, she's superhuman, she can do all of these. No, I can get as stressed as the next person. And particularly if I listen to the news all the time, I can get really down and think, I've had a wee cough there, like I was having a cough, and you can go, oh, what's wrong, what have I got? And you can get yourself worked into a state. So you really need to try and stay calm. So when you hear therapy as well, you might think that's seeking professional help. Now, please, of course, that is true, especially if your negative emotions and your moods are persistent and they're negatively impacting on your life. You do need to seek professional help. But for today, I'm just going to be talking about what you can do for yourself. And there are lots of small ways which you can use to improve your well-being. And guess what? They are free. So the affirmation today that I want you to do is, I encourage myself, I take care of myself, or I look after myself. And that's using the I. I'm going to be using this clip any minute now, and I'm just going to pull that there so I don't constantly fidget with my hair. So it's a big bump in my hair now. You'll all be laughing at me now. And that's okay, as long as I laugh at myself and you're laughing with me. Anyway, so remember the 3 P's. So it's P for personal, that's the I. The present tense, encourage. And of course it's positive. The verb encourage is positive. So it's I encourage myself. I take care of myself. Not I'm going to do something, that's in the future. So start, first of all, there are a few things you can do. Start or continue your gratitude list. That is, what are you thankful for? And if you start looking at what you're thankful for, that can be thankful that we're alive today, you've got skills and talents, everything that you can think of, you will feel better. And it helps you focus on the good things. Now, what's on your mental list to do? Just pick one. Now, I suggest that sometimes in our minds we can think of, I would suggest that you maybe look at something that uses the power of your mind. So that's like using your imagination. But what's also on your physical list that you can do? Let's see. Clear out your clothes. Clear out some paperwork. As I said, my 90-year-old friend, in fact I think she's 92 now, she's just scooting ahead, clearing out all the papers she's accumulated over the years. And she's also enjoying that because she's reading through things. In fact, she's phoned me and said, guess what? I found this letter from like 10 years ago and it mentions you. And, so she's bringing back memories to herself and memories for me. Change your room layout. Are you fed up with your room? Just move the chairs around. In fact, I've done that. I think I just decided that I could look round the room and have a chair in a different place. It changes the whole aspect of the room. What about baking something? Oh, there's some fabulously yummy pictures out there. And thank goodness that they're just pictures, because I would be wanting to eat them all. And if I'm maybe not going to start baking, because if I started baking, I would end up eating everything and I'd probably be about 20 stone. So I've got to kind of be careful. And remember, actually, I do quite like making scones. I remember the kids saying to me, why do you not make your scones or make your pancakes? And I thought to myself, why don't I? So I baked, I think, 12 scones or something. But then my children don't live with me now, so I ended up eating them all. I know people say, oh, put them in the freezer. I never think things taste as good if they're in the freezer. And so that's a wee telephone call coming in. I'm just declining it. So baking if you can, and maybe share them with your neighbours. Not sure. We've got to be careful of the social distancing and that kind of thing. Have a picnic. Have a picnic inside. I saw a family set out their picnic and it was in the lounge. Absolutely fabulous. If you've got a wee garden and the weather's good, don't know, we've got clouds today, but it is dry, so you could do that. Do something creative. I've talked about that a lot over the last week or two. You could start a diary, you could start painting. There's lots of people offering these tutorials and workshops online. So do something new. What about creating an inspiration board? Inspiration board. Now, I know I talked about, I think people were writing down what they would like to do and putting it in a jar. So this is similar. If you do your inspiration board, something you'd like to be doing in the future, but you're kind of visualizing you're doing it now. So if you stick it on this inspiration board and then pin the board up or the bit of paper up, then that will remind you when, what your vision is, what your dreams are. And that really keeps you going. If you've got books, then pick one and start reading it. I know my friends, I've got a couple of elderly friends and they're kind of running out of books. One person's got a friend delivering or posting to her magazines, but with the libraries not being open, and if they don't have a Kindle and they don't have the internet, that can become difficult for them. So, you've got to think about, there's lots of people, you might have books, but they don't. And this is a time really that sharing practical things like that can be very difficult. Choose your favourite music. Start something that inspires you. Start singing. Even if you don't have a singing voice, it doesn't matter. The family, if you're living with them, might go, for goodness sake, sing that in your head. Please don't sing out loud. Or dance around the room. Lots of people are doing that. And remember to call someone or text somebody. I think calling's best. You hear the voice. Dress up in something silly like some of the posties are doing. Or I know there was Facebook things of people dressing up to take the bins out. And that's quite funny because apart from dressing up and making fun of yourself, the neighbours can see, so everybody can laugh together. Paint your nails, something as simple as that. Of course, if you've got nail varnish, look at funny films, look at clips on YouTube. I'm thinking of some of the funnies that are up on Facebook just now. It's really uplifting. There are lots of obviously uplifting posts as well, which are sayings, positive sayings, which are really wonderful. And so they're good as well. But maybe I'm thinking today more of have a laugh, do something funny. Now, another funny thing you maybe don't know about me, but I'm a fiend for physical exercise. Now, I can hear my children going, no, she's not. They love working out. I love watching their videos. They send me videos of them doing their exercises in the garden, doing it to, I think there's exercise regimes on the television early morning, so they're doing all of that. Well, I do as well. But I do them in my imagination. So I've done my 10k walk this morning in my imagination, so I feel really good. Now, you might laugh, but I do obviously exercise, walking and things. But when I watch people jogging and watch people cycling, and I think I've said this before, I did read somewhere that if you actually do these things in your imagination and imagine your muscles getting toned up, it actually does work. And of course, your posture's got to be good as well. And we'll talk about that a wee bit later. Now, what about or dancing around the room, like to the music? That's a physical exercise. Doesn't need to be a big dance. Look at the hero just now. He's just, what's he raised? About 10 million. Walking up, and he's 100 or coming up for 100 on the 30th of April. I think he should get a knighthood, or he will get millions of cards, I'm sure. But that is wonderful. That's his exercise, but he's also raising money for the NHS. There's just some heroes appearing these days that just ordinary people. Well, there's nothing really ordinary about him, actually, because he did go through the world wars for us, why we're in the way we are just now. We're living and alive, but he's continuing to do that. The other thing is you could take a bubble bath and put candles round the bath. Just be careful, of course, when you've got live flames. Even if you're showering, you could have candles in the bathroom as you're showering or in the shower room, and just sit back, or you feel refreshed if it's a shower. I love a bath because you can relax. It really is beautiful. What about if you've got a pet? Now this might sound a bit silly, but I used to do it with my doggie. If you do have a pet, look closely at them. In fact, sort of stare at them and say to yourself, I wonder what they're thinking. Now, you can come up with a whole story in itself with the way they look at you, and the way you're looking at them. And some dogs are absolutely amazing at the antics they get up to. But that's just another, you feel good, you feel better. Again, look at nature. Now, if you don't have a garden, I know that's difficult, but nature is all around. You can look at the sky outside, look at the different shapes of the clouds, even if they are grey, there's different shapes. If you have a garden, touch the grass. That's obviously if it's clean, and remember to sanitize your hands afterwards. But we have to know that nature is still here, even if we're going through difficulties. In fact, I think nature is, we're hearing that the canals in Venice, because pollution is down, canals in Venice are clearing. I noticed yesterday, there's somebody posted up a picture of the whales up in the north of Scotland. Just amazing. Animals are really kind of coming into their own. So these are the good things out of this, in a sense, and we have to just be thankful for that. What about allowing yourself to sleep in? Now, I know, and I've been there on occasion, that when you actually sleep in too often, if you start to you don't want to get up and things, to me that's a sign of perhaps getting depressed. You need to be careful. But if it's not that, you need to maybe think about, some people will still be trying to work Monday to Friday. So just sleep in for an extra hour on the Saturday and Sunday. Who's going to tell you otherwise? If it makes you feel good, then do it. Now, you could sit or lie down and just breathe. Just take a deep breath in and out, the slow breathing from the diaphragm, and it does energize. It's absolutely fantastic, and it gives you that couple of minutes. Now, ask for a cuddle or a massage from your partner. Now, that's fine. But if you don't have a partner, you can actually give yourself a cuddle. And that sounds really strange, but actually you can wrap your arms round yourself and just, hold yourself tight and go, I am feeling great. I love this hug. And you can give yourself a hug. In fact, I don't know if anybody is going to do this just now, but in fact, if you do, just put your hand maybe on your shoulder and leave it there for a minute or two. You can actually feel the heat. The heat of your hand can warm up the part of your body that there's tension in. Now, that can be difficult, obviously, if it's at your back, but you can still, I've got kind of a sore shoulder just now, so sometimes I just sit and I can put my hand on that. I can feel the heat. I know there are creams and things you can put on to help bring heat, but you can actually do this with your own hand. So please try it if you find that that's an area that you need to kind of warm up. But hug yourself. You bring your energy in to heat your shoulders, heat your body, and particularly maybe where you're holding tension. It absolutely works. It's fabulous. So have a glass of wine. Now, I bet you wouldn't hear me saying that, but what I mean is, yes, have that one glass of wine, not too much. Anyway, enough said of that. And then I think the last thing you can really do and continue to do every day is smile. And I want you all to do that just now. Just smile. Even if it's fake, it doesn't matter. You will feel good. And of course, laughter is the best medicine. So for today, I wanted to finish today with my ABC again. We've had the A, we've had the B, the breathing, and I'll incorporate that into my final meditation. So the meditation today, my Mind Bites meditation, is the golden sphere. Now I'll post it up again. I have actually posted up this before, but I think it's a really good one where we want to feel safe and feel secure. Because one of the things that we find is if we're joking and laughing, we might find people are laughing at us. So I want you to be in a safe place and a nice secure place where you can just laugh, just have fun and enjoy yourself. So Again, as always, I say, right, let's just sit comfortably and shoulders back. So although you're relaxed, your posture's kind of straight, and that allows you to feel strong and feel confident. And what I want you to do is think about this meditation helps you to feel secure and feel safe. And you can use it when you feel vulnerable. It will help, and you need to protect yourself from negative emotions, and whether these are from you or from others. And if we're all in close isolation, particularly maybe larger families and they're in very small houses, believe you me, the negative aspect of everybody's thoughts and their actions could be impacting on everyone. And if you can take yourself off to somewhere quiet, like the bathroom or just anywhere, could be a cupboard even, just try and get yourself away to do this, closing your eyes, and for a couple of minutes just take yourself inside this golden sphere and know you're safe and secure. Even for that moment of two, it will give you that energy for the rest of the day. So if you're angry with yourself or if you're angry with others, this also helps. You can take yourself off. Remember, I said before that if you feel anger or emotions rising, take 3 deep breaths. You can't do anything else. Your anger can't rise anymore. So I want you to close your eyes and just relax. And we'll just take a deep breath in to the count of 3 through your nose. Hold to the count of 3, and then exhale to the count of 3. Now I want you to imagine yourself standing on sun-drenched sand. Feel the sand on your toes. You're barefoot. You can feel the hot sand. Feel the sun on your face. Feel the warmth. You feel relaxed. On your right, there is a large golden sphere. You feel its warmth, its glow all around you. You feel its warmth flowing through your body. You feel confident. Now, if you feel that you can, step inside the large golden sphere. A feeling of warmth and calm engulfs you. You feel protected. It's like one massive hug. Take 3 deep breaths in to the count of 3. Hold, and then exhale. Take another deep breath in. Hold, and then exhale. Now slowly open your eyes and step out of the large golden sphere. You can still feel its warmth. I want you to say, I feel confident. I am relaxed. I feel safe and secure. Know that you can step inside the golden sphere anytime you want or need to feel safe and secure. And remember, if you can't laugh or smile with anyone around you, imagine yourself inside that golden sphere and having a good giggle. I hope this has brightened your day and it's inspired you. These inspire me. I'm really so thankful for people watching and listening. Send me posts or private messages on a topic that you would like me to think about and talk about. I've already received a few, and I'm thinking tomorrow one of the topics will probably lead me to chatting again about maybe Forgiving Friday. I'm not sure. I'll come to a decision on how to title the Friday, tomorrow's Friday. But I've enjoyed this morning with you, and have a great day, and be safe and secure, and just remember to have a laugh. Okay, thank you. Bye.